Hello, welcome to the stream. Apologies for the rain. It's not too bad, but it could pick up, but it could calm down as well. Just gonna give my hair a quick brush. Thank you, Ali Lodo, for tuning in. Undeserved Liverpool win. 8 mins were added. 2 mins passed after the added time. Nunes scored. 1 min later, ref whistles. Yeah, I saw that. I was keeping an eye on it. I couldn't believe it. It's just very weird, isn't it? You know, I don't remember, whenever I see City play, I don't remember, we don't often get more time than what's added on. But they got a whole extra 2 minutes and then they go win the game because of it. And then the moment they score, the whistle goes. You know, it's just weird. It is just weird. But, hey-ho, what can you do? It's a shame because it was almost a chance for Liverpool to drop points, but it just means City have got to go out and beat United tomorrow, even more so. So let's go and do that. You know, we can do it. So without further ado, let's crack on with this. Starting with Edison in net. Look, even if Ortega was in my thoughts, made an error against Luton, which cost us a goal, and so I'd rather not play him. In all fairness, great keeper still Ortega, but again, I'd just rather Edison. You know, he's more used to a game like this as well. Although saying that, Ortega has played the FA Cup final. But yeah, here we are. Walker, right back. I don't see any issues with that. And so far, welcome to the chat. I'm so late. No, you're not too late. I had to delay the stream a little bit anyway, so you're not too late. And then the stream was weird for me, so I had to delay it an extra little bit longer. Apologies for the rain tonight. Massive game. It's huge. Yes. Let me know what you thought to Liverpool. It is huge. It's going to be tough. You know, it says in my thumbnail, be careful, but be ruthless. I say be ruthless because we have to take every chance we might get. Because the chances we might get might be the only chances we do get. And I'll get on to that. But Kyle Walker, right back. Don't think anyone's got complaints with that. Who will he be on? He'll be on Rashford. Rashford's not been on form this season. So, yeah, I think I'll go Walker there. I think Walker can cover Rashford. Although Rashford might be playing up top, so that means Walker will be on Garnacho. I'm more worried about Garnacho than I am Rashford, to be honest. 8 minutes on, added on for no reason. Then they score in the 11th minute of injury time. And then after they score, the whistle goes. It's a weird one. But hey-ho, what can you do about it? Just weird, isn't it? But yeah, and also, like, when does that happen for City? Like, 6 minutes of added time, done. 6 minutes of added time done, and then they get, like, an extra couple. Like, when does that happen with us? It was awful for me. I saw they scored when I was walking in the heaviest hailstone ever. I was playing with my friends, and I just had the game on the left, and just the timeline of it. And when I saw 1-0, I was just like, oh, for goodness sakes. Newcastle and Chelsea were drawing 3 minutes added time. Yeah, what justified, number one, 8 minutes getting added on by default, and then what justified the additional minutes of added time? Shocking. Can't believe it, but again, we just go do our job. Forest just had to lose. Will your friends ever come onto the stream? Probably not, because they're not too keen on football. There's one that likes football, but he hasn't really shown any expression. Yeah, he hasn't really shown any want to do this. Forest are clowns dribbling out of their own box, just clear it. Yeah. At that point, they were clearly playing for a draw because, they were getting booked for time wasting. Just boot it, lads. Hoof it. Away the lad, says Geordie. Welcome to the chat, pal. Up the Toonami. Yes, lad. Welcome to the chat. Saw that you won 3-0 vs Wolves. Big game one. Big Morgan, welcome to the chat. I don't think I've ever seen you here before, but you're more than welcome. Foden, KDB, Haaland, and don't worry, we are the best of the best. Yeah, I can't disagree. This is a very good team we're putting out. I'd rather have Grealish, but we're not gonna have him. Shame, but hey ho. 5 subs away from 1.2k, by the way. You'll have that soon, lad. You'll have that soon. By the way, MCFR, big shout out to you because that video recommendation, that YouTube short recommendation you said that I should do. Like the sub for this, like for this, the thing you've been doing. It's been working like a charm for me, so big up to you, lad. Yeah, but Big Morgan, welcome to the chat, lad. I ain't seen you here before, but if you have been here before, big up, you're more than welcome here. But if you have been here before, then welcome back. Welcome back to the stream, and thank you for commenting and tuning in. JJWW, I haven't seen you here either before. We're getting new people, lad. We're getting new people. Great to see. Foden to score 3 goals. And boost my FPL points. Big Morgan, no, I'm as old as time. A preview should have a guest on it. I would like to get a guest on it. If it's not clickbait. If not, it's clickbait. I don't really know what I've done that suggests this is clickbait. Match preview. Man City vs Man United. And my thumbnails doesn't suggest that there's going to be a guest either. So, I'd understand, okay, if I said on my preview that there will be a guest on it. But I didn't, so. But anyways, welcome to the chat, JJ. Hopefully we can have a chill stream with you. And welcome to the chat, Big Morgan. Yeah, but every preview has a guest on, so you can't call it a preview. A preview doesn't... The definition of a preview isn't having a guest on. The definition of a preview is just previewing something, having a look at something before it happens. City 5, Everlot 0. I'd take a 5-0. I'm predicting quite big. I'm going 4-0, but it very well could be 3-0. I'd take a 3-0, I'd take a 4-0, I'd take a 1-0. But anyway, let's move on. I'm not really here to talk about the definition of a preview and why I should have a guest on it. Alright, if you keep talking about it, I'm just going to time you out. But anyway, enough of that. Let's just get on with this preview, because that's what we're here for. Kyle Walker, already spoke about him, but just to quickly finish off his subject. Solid defensively. I think Garnacho is a big job for him, because I rate Garnacho. He's going to have to be careful. Garnacho likes to cut in and shoot. But I know Garnacho is highly liked on the right wing at Manchester United, so that could mean Nathan Ake's got a difficult job. But Nathan Ake, you tell him to deal with a winger, and he will deal with them. John Stones, right centre back. Look, on Marcus Rashford, maybe putting Akanji in this game actually might not be too bad of a shout, if I'm being honest, thinking back on it, because Akanji's quite rapid and he can catch up to he can catch up, I reckon, to Rashford in a sprint. Obviously, we have Walker for that as well. Ake is pretty rapid too, so I'm not too disappointed with my 11 there. Is MCFC lads just letting the hackers stay, or is he uploading shorts while hackers are uploading videos? I don't really know. I don't watch MCFC lads. I know of him. I don't watch him because I dislike him. I don't really watch City fan channels anymore. I used to watch City Extra. I like to watch Big Steve from time to time and Mancunian Way, but those are really it, if I'm being honest. But John Stones progressing into midfield, he'd be good. Hopefully he can help keep Casemiro maybe off KDB. Hopefully deal with Bruno as well. That would be nice. Is Oscar Bob in your squad? If so, magic. I've got Bob in for, not because I think Doku deserves to be out of this team, by the way. Not because I think he's bad or anything. He hasn't been on form, I think that's fair to say. But I will get onto why Oscar Bob is in my team. Right now I'm in my Villa FC 24. Any suggestions for signings? For signings, let me think about it. I'm just trying to think of Villa's squad. I like to sign Batterina. I think he plays with Dynamo Zagreb. Young midfielder, so much potential. In one of my career modes I got him to 90 rated, so there you go. But anyway, John Stones progressing into midfield. I think that's what he does best, isn't it? We all know him to do that, so hopefully he can just do the business there. That's weird. Why have you suddenly dropped 5 subs? Probably fakes, to be honest, lad. But fakes or not. It says I'm on 387 for me. How many subs does it say I'm on for you? Because I know I was on 390. But at the moment it's telling me I'm on 387. Let me know what it says for you. Either way, if I lose subs, I've lost subs before and I've gained them all back. So I play for both of that. Remember the Bournemouth watch along? Was that the one where I lost 20 subs or whatever that was? That was crazy. But I recovered and look where I am now. So. It said 385 for me, now it says 386. Being weird. I'm on 387, it says on my screen. So Yes, being weird. But anyway, Ruben Diaz, left centre back. Again, I just want someone that's going to be solid. Any shots that United do get, 'cause let's be honest, United are not going to be able to shoot. I hope Ruben Diaz can get a foot out. If there's one thing Ruben Diaz is good at and always has been, it's always putting his body on the line. Always managed to get a foot in, puts his body on the line and stuff like that. Should I move to PSG? I mean, Villa to PSG, it's not a bad upgrade, but personally I'd stay in the Premier League, go to like a big club. Oh man, just trying to sort out that little black bit. It's well annoying. I'll have to really crack down on that. I don't really know what's causing it. Leicester lost 3 in a row in the Championship, bottle jobs. I swear Leicester always bottle back end of the season. They're always, I remember in the Prem, they'd always be touching the Champions League and then they dropped to Europa League. I remember that in, you know, the season with no fans, Aguero's last season? That was always the case. Have a look at the Championship real quick, so I know Glimpse will be keeping his eyes on that. Yeah, last 3 lost, Ipswich Town catching on. If Pep picks this team, we will be laughing. Yeah, I hope so. You know, I hope he agrees with me if he's watching. I doubt he is, but you know, maybe I'm onto something. Is my mum on tomorrow? Again, I'm not sure. It'll be something that is probably decided in the moment. Maybe you should stay and try promote Watford. I thought you played for Villa. But anyway, Ruben Diaz, again, just solid defensively, and when he's on his A game, he's Van Dijk level in my opinion. When he is playing on form, like last season at points, he's just unplayable, and is so good at what he does. Paul Scholes might watch my streams, so I've seen him 6 times, as he lives near me, and goes to the same pub. Goes to the same pub I do. I've said my YouTube channel to him, so I had to put Man City vs United combined 11 all time. Blow my neck. I might do a Man City Man United combined 11 one day. Probably a bit too late to do one now. Maybe we can do one later in the stream. It's a bit of fun. We'll see. I do have a couple of names I know I put in. I just need to think of United legends. But anyway, Nathan Ake. It'll be him. Oh, blow my neck. What was that? It'll be him on. We'll have a look at Man United's last squad they put out to the Premier League, because I know I could do the game against Nottingham Forest, but I don't know how rotated their team would have been. You know what, I'll do it anyway. They had Anthony on right wing. So Anthony on right wing got a skin fade haircut today, fresh. Big up Glimpse 0-0, draw not too bad. I'm on the way back from Preston, it's okay. Welcome to the stream, Glimpse, I hope you're doing well. But yeah, I hope you're doing good, Glimpse, and thank you for tuning in. But yeah, right wing, look, I reckon Ake will have Anthony. He's been struggling this season clearly, and let's be honest, he's not been fantastic since he joined the club. I don't know if there's a player in him. Probably not £100 million one, but he's a weird one, Anthony. You know, before we know, he'll absolutely ball it versus City, but hopefully we can just cancel him out, keep him out of the game. Going on to Rodri, probably the position I speak about least when it comes to doing these predicted 11s, because he takes it every time, and he takes it for the same reasons as the previous one. He's the best in the world at what he does. He's so solid, and when we lose him, we're worse without him, but when we're with him, he is brilliant. His first 4 games, yeah, his first 4 games, he actually looked like something. I remember him scoring against Arsenal. 2 before, he scored a banger versus us, even though they lost 6-3. Yeah, I know a banger when I see a banger. Be careful of Anthony. I think he might have it out for Doku now. Why's that? Let me know. Give me a bit of the context. Good thing Anthony's not, and good thing Doku's not in my 11. But I think Doku will start, if I'm being honest. But anyway, right wing Bernardo Silva. Look, it's a weird one in terms of the fullbacks for Man United. Diogo Dalot is a right back, but he can also play left back. The left back they put out versus Nottingham Forest was Amrabat. Amrabat, they got him on loan from Fiorentina. I don't know if they'll play him there again. Maybe he can play there, but I reckon Bernardo Silva could run rings around Amrabat. I think he's an alright player, Amrabat, but I think against a player like Bernardo, he would be lost in terms of what to do. So, yeah, Amrabat. A weird one. Remember at the end of last season game when they had a scrap and then Doku teased him on Twitter? Oh yeah, I remember that. That was so funny though. That was great. That was great stuff. Jeremy Doku was not having it. That was when Doku was like really looking good. Not that he's not looking good now, but you know he's obviously not on form. We just need to give Doku time. Remember, he's so young. Amrabat though, yeah, I reckon Bernardo could run rings around him. We'll go on to left wing now, and I'll explain why I've gone for Bob. With no Grealish. Grealish would be ideal, by the way, my ideal choice. The week after he scored 5 goals, well, yeah, he would have been feeling good there, Doku. Doku from Lens, Doku from Rennes, actually, but not far off. I mean, 5 goal contributions. Yeah, what was it, 4 assists, 1 goal? That game was just good. But Oscar Bob. The reason why I'm playing him instead of Doku is because I think Bob will offer a bit more control, and Dalot, from what I know this season, has probably been one of United's better players, and I'd rather have someone who's not going to run at Dalot, instead someone that's going to control the game, maybe tease Dalot a bit and then play someone on the overlap. You know, Bob, I think, can control a bit and can give a bit more control than Doku can offer. Doku needs to get that bit more in his game. That wasn't his whole thing at Rennes, you got to remember. At Rennes, you know, he was getting down that right-hand side and creating or getting a goal. Imagine Johnny Evans and Maguire in defence. Well, Maguire's not available for this game, so it'll probably be Varane, if I'm correct. Varane and Lindelof, I think. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Unless Varane and Lindelof have gotten an injury. But going on to 2 attacking midfielders, KDB and Phil Foden. Both on form. Phil Foden nominated for Premier League Player of the Month. I don't think he'll win it because City players never do. I have a knee injury. I got kicked. Lad, you can't help but getting injured. You're more injury prone than Dembele. Mewing, says Ali Lolo. By the way, lads, let me know what you think of blue cards. I know a couple of you commented on my new video, about 8 minutes long. Feel free to check it out if you haven't already. But yeah, have a look at that whenever you wish. The last 5 Manchester derbies have been 3-0 to City, 2-1 to City, 2-1 to United, 6-3 to City, and 4-1 to City. 2 of them at the Etihad have had 4 goals or more. I love that. Ali, I love that mewing. And that trend is so like funny. But yeah, KDB and Foden, they're just going to be feeding Haaland, feeding our wings and all that. Hopefully they are in a creative mood. Hopefully KDB has got the same shoes he wore against Luton, and hopefully Phil Foden's got the same shoes he wore against Brentford away. So, you know what I'm going for there. I'm just hoping that we can just do the business big time. The iconic Gundo 13-second goal. Unbelievable. I don't often shout when I hear a goal. Okay, I'm not like City Extra, where if they see a goal, they might as well be flipping their desk, But for me, when Gundogan scored, I actually shouted. I couldn't believe what I saw. I do shout when City score, but I roared when Gundo scored. I couldn't believe my eyes. And the funniest thing was my mum was on the phone as well, in the room with me. So, that was a bit awkward, but... Surely you shouted for the UCL final goal. I didn't actually, but I was so happy. I was so nervous at the time. My dad did shout, I'll tell you that. I watched it with him, of course. By the way, if City were to get to the Champions League final, my dad would watch that, no matter how late it was, just to let you know. But, honestly, crazy. There aren't many times I would shout, but that Gundo 13-second goal was just unbelievable. I couldn't believe what I saw. And moving on though with the predicted 11, Erling Haaland up top playing for the Blues. It's got to be him really, doesn't it? He's brilliant at what he does. Hopefully he's feeling as good as he was against Luton. Because if he is, then he's gonna have a field day. And hopefully City can find a way. I don't think we're going to get 6 goals like we did at the Etihad last season, because I think United are going to play very defensive like they did at Anfield, if you want the truth. I think they'll go for a similar approach, try hit us on the break. So we have to be careful with them hitting us on the break. Of course, we have struggled at points in the season with getting hit on the break. Spurs did it to us, and there's probably other teams that have done it to us as well. So we have to be careful there. But other than that, yeah, being careful on the counters. But yeah, other than that, City just got to be clinical. Be careful, be ruthless is on my thumbnail, and I mean that in every sense of the word. If we're not careful with Man United, then they could punish us. But if we're not ruthless, then we won't win the game. We have to take every chance as it comes, and we have to be patient too. But just make sure that when you shoot, you score. Big ups to everyone who's tuning in. We got everyone mewing in the chat. Everyone's getting red carded. But thank you all for tuning in. We're back with the watch along tomorrow. I'm not sure if there'll be any more content other than the match review as well. If Haaland scores 4, you must mew on stream. I'll think about it. Big up everyone for tuning in. I do appreciate the support. Pushing for 400 in March. Let's hope we can get there. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for your support. And I'll see you next time.